Okay, guys. Well, anyways, you guys are gonna be learning about the 10 main gods. 12? The main gods of Egypt. And first off, we have to be starting off at Ra because he's the most important deity in Egyptian mythology. So let's get into it. So Ra is an Egyptian deity, also known as a god, Egyptian god. And he is known as the god of the sun and the creator of all life. And Ra's, he's very important in a lot of Egyptian culture, religion, and mythology because he is honestly the most significant god in Egyptian mythology. Mostly because if he wasn't there, the sun would not be there, and the Egyptians would not be there in their mythology. Anyways, so Ra is depicted as a man with, just a normal body of a man, with a head of a falcon, like the bird of falcon, and he's, his crown is like a solar disc encircled by cobras. Yeah, that's kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. And according to Egyptian beliefs, Ra created the universe by speaking its elements into existence. The cult of Ra was centered in the city of Heliopolis, which is basically just they only praise Ra as the only god in Egyptian mythology. It's an essential religion hub in ancient Egypt. Over time, Ra became associated with other gods, forming new deities like Amun-Ra and Atum-Ra, which is basically just the and Ra's worship was really important in the Egyptian society, and it reached its peak during the New Kingdom. However, as Christianity spread throughout Egypt, the worship of Ra and any other gods that were a part of the Egyptian mythology slowly died out, started to not be there anymore. And Ra, the ancient Egyptian god of the sun, played a crucial role in Egyptian pantheon. Anyhow, anywhere, any snare, any scare, we are back. I'm gonna show you exactly what Ra basically was. So, this is just the normal gods, obviously. This is the people. I can't even move. And now, Ra though. Hi guys. I'm so cool. Ah! My hand! I am him. I am him. I am him, guys. Whoa. Anyways. Yeah, that's basically what Ra was to the people of Egypt. Yeah. Okay. Now, oh my gosh. My arm, it's dying. Okay. My arm is dying, guys. Well, anyways. Now we're talking about the god Shu. Spelled not S-H-O-E, S-H-U. He was the god of the wind, and basically just the sky in general. But, yeah, he was also the air. He was created by Atum, which is basically Ra. And he did not have a mom. Literally, Ra just created him, so. Shu had a sister named Tefnut, the goddess of moisture, which is a weird... I wouldn't want to be the goddess of moisture, honestly. That sounds like a really boring job, doesn't it? It honestly kind of does. And they were the first couple of the group of 9 gods called the Ennead of Heliopolis. Pretty nice. Okay. And they had a child named Geb, G-E-B. That's how it's spelled. The Earth God. He's just the god of the earth. Obviously. And Nut, the goddess of the sky. N-U-T. That's how you spell that. And Shu was portrayed in human form with the hieroglyph of his name, an ostrich feather. Which, why would you be the god of air and your hieroglyph be a ostrich? That bird can't even fly. I don't know why. But it was an ostrich feather on his head. And he was often represented separating Geb and Nut. So it's basically like, right here. This is the ground. That's the sky. He basically just kind of did that. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. But, he's supported with uplifted arms the body of Nut arched above him. In some Middle Kingdom texts, Shu was given the status of a primeval creator god. He kind of is. He's the second god to be created, so. And later he was frequently termed the son of Ra, which makes sense because he was basically just created by Ra. And he was also identified with Anubis, a warrior god, thus acquiring martial associations. This is a fun time, isn't it? Now, Shu, it's gonna be kind of harder to do. Let's see. Yeah, this is basically Shu. I am floating! And so Nut is up there, so yeah. And then Geb is kind of like just me just doing that. Yeah. It's nice. It's probably a boring job just like Atlas. But we're not done yet. And now we're talking about Osiris, the father of Horus. Okay. So, let me grab this camera and put it. Osiris is the mythological father of the god Horus, whose conception is described in the Osiris myth as central myth in Egyptian belief. It's Doug the Bug! Okay, anyways. The myth describes Osiris as having been killed by his brother Set. Set was just the mean god, I guess. But he wanted Osiris' throne, because at that time, Ra did not want to be king of the gods anymore, so Osiris took his place. And Set wanted to be the king of the gods, so he killed Osiris for it. And his wife, Isis, she finds him dead and then just revives him with magic. And then she has a kid named Horus. And since Horus was born after Osiris' resurrection, Horus kind of became like a thought of a representation of new beginnings and the vanquisher of the usurper Set. Usurper is kind of like just taking someone's throne. Ptah Seker, who resulted from the identification of the creator god Ptah and Seker. I think that's how you pronounce their names. I don't know, but thus gradually became identified with Horus, the two becoming Ptah Seker Osiris. Why did I say Horus? I don't know. As the sun was thought to spend the night in the underworld and was subsequently reborn every morning, Ptah Seker Osiris was identified as the king of the underworld, god of the afterlife, life, death, and regeneration. Osiris also has the aspect of and form of Seker Osiris. Isn't that just cool? Horus, Egyptian or Heru, in the ancient Egyptian religion, was a god in the form of a falcon. So basically just a falcon god, whose right eye was the sun or morning star. Which honestly is kind of cool. That he's not my favorite Egyptian god, but that actually seems kind of cool to have. And it represented power and whose left eye was the moon or evening star, representing healing. Falcon coats, which were in evidence from late times, were widespread in Egypt. So it's basically, I'm guessing, just an entire cult of just believing in Horus, I guess. And Horus appeared as a local god in many places. Like, it wasn't really like he was everywhere. And basically, Horus kind of usurped the throne, and now then Horus is the god, just the king of the gods. Yep, that was for Horus. Now on to the god Anubis, god of the underworld. Whew. He also had some other names. He's a god of funerary rites, protector of graves, and guide to the underworld. In ancient Egyptian religion, he is also depicted as having a canine or man with a canine head. Or sometimes it's a different type of dog that I don't remember the name of. I'll think of it later, I'm guessing. Now, like a lot of other Egyptian gods, Anubis assumed different roles in various contexts. So basically, he was a god of a lot of things and different types of stories, because not all of the stories were the exact same. He was depicted as protector of graves as early as the first dynasty, also known as 2890 BC. Anubis was also an embalmer. By the Middle Kingdom, 1650 BC, he was replaced by Osiris in his role as Lord of the Underworld. One of his prominent roles was a god who ushered souls into the afterlife. And he attended the weighing scale during the weighing of the heart, and in which it was determined whether a soul would be allowed to enter the realm of the dead or not. So basically, like a feather is on a weight, and someone's heart would be on the other. And if the feather, the heart went more down, then that means they wouldn't be able to go into. Anubis is one of the most frequently depicted and mentioned gods of the Egyptian pantheon, the Egyptian gods. And however, no relevant myth involved him. So he was talked about a bunch, but he was never really like a main thing in any myth, if that makes any sense. Yeah, that's now Anubis. Anubis was like, you see this? This is Anubis. Bark, 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 bark. Yum yum yum, yum yum yum. You can go away, Doug. Anyways, I think I killed Doug. Can you guys see him under there? Can you guys see him under there? Okay. Anyways, yeah, and it was basically a dog. So, like, imagine this. Anyways, now, the first pharaoh, his name is Narmer, Narmer, but we don't really have much information about him. So, I found as much information I could, but it's not a lot, so let's listen. Okay, so Narmer was an ancient Egyptian pharaoh of the early dynastic period, and he was successor to the proto-dynastic king Ka. A lot of scholars consider him the unifier of Egypt and founder of the first dynasty, and in turn, the first king of a unified Egypt. And a majority of Egyptologists believe that Narmer was the same person as Menes. I don't know who Menes is. Yeah, but he was born in the year 3124 BC. And since learning about that, we could assume that maybe he died in the year 3156. That's my assumption. I don't actually know, but BC. Okay, so we don't have that much. Doug's back. Oh, who joined? Sparkle. Come here, guys. I did not know a visitor was coming.
Hello.
Hello.
Scallywag. Stop. Links. Stop.
What?
Links.
Dudes.
Oh, you again. Scally hobbies.
Links.
Link, you remember me, right?
I'm trying to. I was just making a video. How you doing, Links?
Links, you remember me, right? The Hobbles guy from like the early code that we. Hobbs.
Why is everyone joining?
London View. Hello.
It's Hi.
I'm in the newest short that he uploaded.
Nice.
I'm in the short that he uploaded.
I did not know you guys were gonna join this. You know what, guys? I got a special surprise for you. I was just making a video, and since it's about Egyptian gods, guess what? Boom, 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 boom. But
I'm gonna branch.
You gonna branch?
I know.
I still think I suck.
Watch it. I suck at this game. I haven't played this game.
Nah, I'm totally just good. Not that I have like long arms or anything.
Because, I don't have like an exact.
POV Apollo's long arms be like Links. This is basically Apollo's long arms? I'm not gonna lie. Basically Apollo's long arms. Now who is here? Anyhow.
Dang, everybody joined.
Yeah, why is everyone joining? CDT Piglet.
Everybody wants to join. Oh wait, TRB Hobbs. Piglet, yeah, I told him to join.
Okay. Oh. Well, I was making a video. Okay. So of course we don't have much information on the first ever Egyptian pharaoh. But I'm just gonna play out what I think he was kind of like. I'll put you on top of here. Set my FOV down. Let's go. Nah, you know what? Let's just do it like this. Maybe my slave. I mean, not my slave. Nah, he might not join. Anyways, so he's kind of like. Just pretend there's a person right there. Boom. Person. It's basically like. Go back to work, my fellow Egyptian. Shake hands. Thank you. You're getting paid. Here you go. I don't even. Yeah, I'm goofy. I know, I'm so goofy. Yeah. Okay. Now, the one that I'm about to talk to you right now is considered to be the greatest pharaoh in all of Egypt. Now, this pharaoh, you know him by the name of Ramesses II, the second. Put it up a little bit. Ramesses the second, which many of you would probably know him by the story of Moses. That was the pharaoh, obviously. And he was also commonly known as Ramesses the Great, which I don't know why he was called the Great, but it makes sense because about what I'm going to read you. He was an Egyptian pharaoh, obviously. He was the third ruler of the 19th dynasty, along with the Thutmose III. What kind of name is Thutmose? Anyways, he was often regarded as the greatest, most celebrated, and most powerful pharaoh of the New Kingdom, which itself was the most powerful period of ancient Egypt. He is also widely considered one of ancient Egypt's most successful royal pharaohs, which he conducted no fewer than 15 military campaigns. That's actually a lot, oh goodness. All resulting in victories, excluding the Battle of Kadesh, generally considered a stalemate because no one won. That's what a stalemate basically is. But in ancient Greek sources, his name, he is called Ozymandias. That's kind of awesome, I'm not gonna lie. Derived from the first part of his Egyptian language, the regional name, Yusamachri, Setepana? I don't know. Ramesses was also referred to as the great ancestor by his successor pharaohs and the Egyptian people. So, in his early life as a pharaoh, he focused on building cities, temples, and monuments. After establishing the city of Pi-Ramesses in the Nile Delta, he designated it as the Egypt's new capital and used it as the main staging point for his campaigns in Syria. That's a lot. I'm not gonna lie. People estimate his age at death, like, just a lot of them. But though the most common one was that he died in his 90s. 90 or 91 is considered to be the most likely time he died. Upon his death, he was buried in a tomb in the Valley of the Kings. His body was later moved to the Royal Cache, where it is discovered by archaeologists in 1881. Ramesses' mummy is now on display at the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization, located in the city of Cairo. Now for Ramesses the Great, also known as Ramesses the Second. Ramesses was like, I want to keep the slaves. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bruh. And then Moses was like, Plah, what are you talking about? Let my people go. Of course, Ramesses didn't like that, so. I flew! No, stop! Oh my goodness. Okay, now we're reading about this dude named... There we go, Tutankhamun. And he lived around 1341 BC to 1323. His death marked the end of the dynasty's royal line, the 18th dynasty of ancient Egypt. So that's what I'm talking about, by the way. Just to let you guys know. King Tut ascended to the throne around the age of 9. Imagine! Okay, so you're 9, right? And your dad just died and you're his only son. And you have no idea how to do it. Tell me what you would do in the comments below. Tell me what you would do. Okay. He reigned until his death around the age of 19. And then you died 10 years later. What? Why? Tell me why. I don't think I could, lady. I don't think I could. Sorry. Okay. Also, King Tut was one of the few kings worshipped as a deity during his lifetime. King Tut is known for his King Tut is known for his wealth. He was so rich. He probably was one of the most richest pharaohs. But that was kind of King Tut. We think he got sick in his early ages. That obviously they couldn't heal because it was ancient Egypt. So they couldn't heal some of that. But also, fun fact, they found an obsidian dagger that also was thought to be made out of a meteorite. So that's pretty cool. They found it in his tomb. I bet I'm not get launched in the air again. Good, I'm not. Okay. Now, talking about someone that most of you guys should know. Her name is Cleopatra. I know. Anyways, Cleopatra the 7th. Yeah, she wasn't the first Cleopatra. There's there's a lot more before her. Cleopatra also means father-loving goddess, which is kind of weird. She was the queen of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt from 51 to 30 BC, and its last active ruler. a member of the Ptolemaic dynasty. She was a descendant of its founder Ptolemy Soter, a Macedonian Greek general and companion of Alexander the Great. And after Cleopatra died, Egypt became pretty weakened to the Roman Empire, making the end of the last Hellenistic period state in the Mediterranean. No. And of the age that had lasted since the reign of Alexander, 336 to 322 BC. Her first language was Koine Greek, and she's the only known Ptolemaic ruler to learn the Egyptian language, which is kind of cool, I guess. But okay, her father Ptolemy the 12th, during his exile to Rome after a revolt in Egypt, allowed his rival daughter Berenice the Fourth to claim his throne. Berenice was killed in 55 BC. That's kind of sad. No, it's not. I'm just joking. When Ptolemy returned to Egypt with Roman military assistance, when he died in 51 BC, the joint reign of Cleopatra and her brother Ptolemy the 13th began. But a falling out between them led to opening civil war. After losing the 48 BC Battle of Pharsalus in Greece against his rival Julius Caesar, he was a Roman dictator and consul, and Caesar's civil war, the Roman statesman Pompey fled to Egypt, and Pompey had been a political ally of Ptolemy the 12th, but Ptolemy the 13th at the urging court. But Cleopatra died, I'm guessing, from the stuff okay, the 30 BC. That's the year that she died. But Cleopatra was the last known ruler, like pharaoh of Egypt, because she was the last pharaoh of Egypt before the Romans conquered Egypt. So she's pretty cool. She died. She sadly killed herself because, yeah. But yeah, that's, I think. Okay, Cleopatra, the last queen, pharaoh of Egypt, was she was born in Greece or Macedonia. I don't really care, but so she wasn't really that Egyptian. I think her father was Egyptian, but she herself, she was more Greek than Egyptian. I want to be pharaoh. No, I want to be pharaoh. No, I want to be pharaoh. Anyways, yeah, but now, since you guys made it this far into the video, we're doing something bonus. Doug! Anyways, I got Doug again. Let's kill Doug. No, you're gonna watch me kill Doug. Right here. There you go. Just kill Doug. Now, you're probably asking, what bonus are we talking about? Well, are you really ready to see what's coming? Yes, you probably are. That's probably. Let's think of this. I don't wanna, like. Nah, links. I'm gonna do it. Wait, what's a brownish color here? Let me, like, leave the code. Okay. I need to find, like, a brownish color. Yeah, this is the Lynx color. Now let's join the code 1, but make it like they have long arms. Let's see what. Whoa! It's actually Sparkle! It's Princess Sparkle!
Wait, there's 2 links. This is really sussy.
Hey, this is a little sussy. What? What do you mean it's actually Sparkle? Confused.
That's a fake Lynx.
No, you're the fake
Are you-
Oh, you're
Lynx.
playing nature sounds or something? You're playing like nature sounds.
I got him.
No, that.
Thank you. Please. Shut up. There we go.
Come back. Come
Come here.
back
Oh, that's
here.
a bird. That's
Lynx, ready to go.
Oh, God.